Hello and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to make my version of chicken schnitzel Parmigiana. Now it's really two recipes in one. We're going to make a chicken schnitzel first and then I'll show you how to make a Parmigiana afterwards. Okay, the things you'll need for the schnitzel is a little tray of plain flour, another little tray of breadcrumbs. I prefer to use the panko crumbs. They're very nice, they're really crunchy. And to that we'll be adding half a cup of Parmesan grated cheese, it's freshly grated, and quarter of a cup of finely chopped up parsley, and a teaspoon of garlic powder. Now I don't normally use garlic powder, but it really tastes good. 1 egg, 1 cup of milk, a bowl, like a breadboard that you'll be putting your chicken on to tenderize it. You'll be needing a tenderizer, and what I use is freezer bags to use on my when I'm tenderizing my chicken. I'll show you what I mean as I go along. And of course you need the chicken. I'm making 4 Parmigianas, so I'll need 2 chicken breasts, and without the skin preferably, or else you just have to remove it. Anyway, let's get started. Now, I'll be using my gloves when dealing with chicken. Good clean hand hygiene is important. And we take our chicken out. So we'll have 2 breasts. There's one. Okay, get yourself a sharp knife. Be very mindful that you don't cut yourself. And what you do is just come in a bit closer. Is we're going to cut it in half. So just carefully cut it along. Guiding the knife through, making sure it's not coming up the top or going through the bottom too far. Yeah, that feels good. And just bringing it right through to the end. Okay, so you should end up with 1 piece, 2 piece, and then we'll do that to the next one. Okay, now we have 4 pieces of chicken. And what we need to do is now tenderize it. So what I like to get is a plastic bag, freezer bag, and lay it down, put my chicken on it, lay the other piece over the top, and then with the not so aggressive side of my tenderizer, I'll start to lightly bang it. So. Now I'll change it over to the the more aggressive side. Flip it over and do the same thing. And now the other side. And then they should end up nice and flat like that. And I'll just pop that on a plate. And then we repeat that process until you finish them all. So I'll come back to you shortly. Okay, once you've pounded them out and made them nice and flat, we go on to the next phase. And that is, you get your bowl, pour your milk into the bowl, get your egg, that in. I'll get my whisk and I'm just going to beat that together. Okay, that's nice and mixed up. And I'll just give this a wipe here. Okay. Now, the first step is you get your chicken, lay it on the flour, give it a little press, nice and tight in there. Lift it and then turn it on the other side. Squish that in, and then we lift that, dust a bit of the flour off, and then dip it into the milk and egg mixture. Just give that little squish around. Let's fix up our crumb mixture. So what you need to do is you add your parsley, you add your Parmesan cheese, a teaspoon of the garlic powder, salt, pepper, and salt. Give that a little mix up, nice little stir. And then we take our chicken, let it drip a bit, take off that excess milk and egg, and then pop it into the crumb mixture. A little squish around. You can just see the sun setting out there, it's really nice. And then I flip some on the top. And I press down with my fingers. And turn it over and give it a press down. Okay, there's one schnitzel. I'm going to repeat this process for the next 3 schnitzels that I have, and I'll come back and show you what I do next. Okay, finally, we're there. This is schnitzel number 4. Now, at this stage you can double crumb them, and that means you can put them back into the wet mixture and back into the breadcrumbs, and that will give it a thicker coating. I won't bother doing that because I'm going to make Parmigianas, but in the past that's what I like to do if I'm having schnitzel. It tastes really nice. Okay, so we'll put those aside. I'm not going to waste this. I'm going to mix my breadcrumbs and some of my egg mixture together, and I'm going to make some little patties. I don't like to throw them out. So I'll be back soon. I'm going to start by adding some oil. You can use vegetable oil, you can use canola oil, you can use anything that can get to a fairly high heat. And we're going to sort of shallow fry them. So we'll wait for that to get it to the right heat, and then I'll pop them in. Okay, at this stage I'll put my oven on to 180, fan forced. And we'll, okay, once you put your oven on, it should be ready. You test the oil, make sure it's ready, and we'll pop in one. Okay, I'll let that cook at medium heat for about 2 minutes, and then I'll turn it over. Okay, it's been cooking 2 minutes on this side, I'm going to turn it over. And I'm going to pop that on for 2 minutes as well. Okay, and with the leftover mixture, I mixed some of my egg and milk mixture to the breadcrumbs, and I sort of get like little patties. I form them into balls and I cook them, and you know what, they taste really yummy. You don't want to throw it out, you can use it. have it as a little snack. The kids love it. Give it a go. Okay, now it's been cooking for 4 minutes all up, so we're going to take that off and put it on to a baking tray. Let me put another one in. I might be able to fit 2, we'll see. Yes, we did. Okay, put them in for 2 minutes and then we'll come back. Okay, we've cooked them and this is what they look like. Okay, so now what we do is we're going to put some ham on them. So I'll just do one at the moment just to show you, and then I can go through and do all the others later. So we get a slice of ham. I only use one slice because I think it's too filling otherwise. And then we get our sauce. This is sauce that I made earlier. If you want, you can go to the link below and see how I made my bolognese sauce. Or else you could just buy a jar of bolognese sauce. But I like to make my own. And now we just layer that on the top. Then to that I just add some cheese, some tasty cheese over the top, cover it really nicely, make sure it's all covered. And that's your chicken Parmigiana. I'll finish the other 3 and then I'll pop them in the oven. Okay, we've covered them all. Now we're going to place them in the oven at 180 degrees for about 20 minutes. Just have a look at them and see how they're going. Everything's already cooked, so I'll see you back in a moment. Okay, I've just taken them out of the oven. They're still sizzling. It'll take probably about 5 minutes to just cool down a little bit, and that's it. That's how I make Parmigianas. Give it a go. Tastes yummy. And if you don't want to go as far as making a Parmigiana, make Schnitzel. You can also make it with beef, you can make it with pork, but I prefer to make it with chicken. Yeah, so if you like this recipe, please subscribe and smash that like button and drop me a line and tell me if there's anything you would like me to make. Okay, thank you.